Hi, YouTube friends. Hey, I just wanted to talk about a movie I recently went to see. I recently snuck off to see the movie Interstellar by myself, and I wrote down the script so I don't forget to talk about the things I wanted to talk about. So I just want to let you know I thought it was a fantastic movie. So I was gonna do a little review on it, and if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. It has phenomenal visuals, a mind-boggling plot, and a strong family message. So go see it. It's great for families too. The basic premise of the movie is that the Earth can't support life any longer, and so some astronauts are sent off to another galaxy to find a new planet to live on for the humans. And the only thing is, I think the scientific aspects of the movie are kind of weird, and it left me with some questions in my mind that I want to talk about. So beware, there's some spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, I recommend stopping this video now. Okay, my biggest questions about the movie have to do with the wormhole and the black hole in the movie. And what I've learned about wormholes from science is that if an astronaut were to successfully travel through one where the other end would be close enough to see, the astronaut would see himself exiting the other end as he is entering the close end of the wormhole. And that kind of explains how Cooper from the future was able to hold Brand's hand in the middle of the wormhole. However, I've also learned that it might be impossible for a human to travel through a wormhole because it would stretch out all of the molecules in your body and basically rip you apart. I've also learned that a black hole would probably do the same thing to your body once you passed over the event horizon. So how did the astronauts enter those space phenomena without dying? So my answer, I think, is to compensate for those things. I think the wormhole in the movie is actually man-made and not natural. I think it was made by the future people that were more technologically advanced. And also, I believe that the technologically advanced people of the future were able to manipulate the gravity inside the black hole in order for Cooper and the robot named TARS to fall into it and enter the time machine without getting harmed. The biggest questions I have to do with the events that take place in the time machine. In the movie, Cooper and TARS, the robot, enter the black hole, and TARS is able to record measurements of gravity and things inside the black hole. Cooper sends this information to his daughter Murph in Morse code by manipulating the hands on her watch with gravity. I don't understand how Murph can take the watch off the shelf and the hands are still moving in Morse code. I think the hands should have stopped moving as soon as she took the watch off the shelf, because Cooper only had limited access to the things in her room, namely the gravity on her bookshelves and the floor. So I don't understand that. And also the other thing is that the time travel scenario is kind of a loop. The only reason why Murph was able to complete the gravity equation is because her father was able to enter a time machine that was reliant on the same gravity equation to be built in the middle of a black hole. It doesn't make sense to me. So it's the same thing that bugs me about the Terminator movies. So if you haven't seen those, there's going to be spoilers for those too. The Terminator comes back in time to kill John Connor, who is a person who later leads a rebellion against the machines. And John Connor's father is a man from the future who is sent back to protect John Connor's mother. before she gives birth to John Connor, and and impregnates her with the baby that becomes John Connor. So that's kind of weird. Also, Cyberdyne Systems, the computer company that creates Skynet, the artificial intelligent computer that becomes self-aware and takes over the Earth. Uh, Cyberdyne Systems wouldn't have been able to create Skynet without finding parts of the Terminator that came back from the future and reverse engineering the technology to discover new ways of building computers and stuff. so, I, so I don't understand how that kind of time travel works, and I think it's kind of hokey. However, I do like the time travel scenarios of the Back to the Future movies better because it makes more sense to me that every time they change something in the past, it threatens to rewrite the future or present events. And there are no past or present events in the Back to the Future movies that rely on future events to take place. So I think the time travel scenarios in Back to the Future are more believable. Other than that, I really loved Interstellar. It's a great film. Thought it was really wonderful, and I like to actually think of it as 2001: A Space Odyssey for the new 2010s generation. So go see it if you haven't, and if you watched this whole video before watching the movie, I hope I didn't spoil too much of it for you. And I'll probably do some more movie reviews in the future. So hope you enjoyed this one, and have a great day. Bye bye.